going on, everybody? It's your boy the SLAPTrain, and welcome guys to Gran Turismo 6. This is something that I haven't been doing for a while now, but they just updated with a brand new Toyota FT-1 concept, and I was really ecstatic to see this in the game. Now, I've been doing a little bit of, kind of searching online about this car. I watched a couple videos on the way to school today. Now, also too, what you are watching in the corner is actually from Motor Trend's channel. I took that, kind of compressed it into just the videos of the car, so I hope you guys do enjoy that little piece. It kind of gives you a glimpse of, the actual car looks like compared to the game. And they did a magnificent job on this car for GT6, for the amount of time that they really had. And a lot of people are kind of confusing this car with, the Supra. Now, yes, it is made by Toyota. Yes, they wanted to bring the Supra feel to the next generation era, but it's not directly, a Supra 2, I guess you can say, or, the next generation Supra. It has very similar, features and characteristics, but it's not meant to be a next Supra. Me personally, I love the look of this car. It looks absolutely, it looks brilliant, and it really looks nice. It really looks like the wind has molded this car together, and that's really the way that they went with their design. They pretty much took this car and they made it essentially where the whole wind tunnel, that's where they spend the majority of their time, was within the wind tunnel, and they let, the wind lines take this car and flow it into a finished product. And I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. All of the lines just look sleek, they look sexy. They're starting to kind of, I guess, steer away from more of a boxy style, which is nice. I love the rear end. It has an active spoiler on the back that raises up to actually stabilize as well too. And just everything about this car I love. It kind of reminds me of a Viper from the back end as well as the roof. You guys can kind of see the indent on the roof, almost like the Viper head on the Viper GTS. And what's really nice as well too, the entire cabin of this car, or also cockpit, is very similar to the exterior of the car. They wanted to kind of match the interior to the exterior, and it really, it flows all together, and it really looks marvelous. They've done a fantastic job. I mean, even the heads-up display within the cockpit, almost similar to the fighter jet style, and that's what they really wanted. They wanted to make sure that the driver, is not constantly checking down at the speedometer, but yet can actually have the speedometer right in front of them, right on the window. And I think that is probably the coolest feature about this car. And I personally, as soon as I saw this come up on GT6, I thought, wow, they brought it out quick, and I couldn't believe how fast that this car came out. I mean, I saw it one day, and then I saw it next on GT6, and I was just shocked. I mean, I was absolutely astounded. And it's really nice to see, that they're bringing a lot of the newer cars over to GT6. So, I mean, look forward to maybe even the Z06 coming over to as well to the actual GT6, which would be absolutely amazing, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But to obtain this car, essentially go into your seasonal events, you do the seasonal event, and you would get the car as as long as you place within gold, silver, and bronze. But I tell you though, this car, there has not been an engine announced yet, if I'm not mistaken, and they kind of, I don't know what they did with the engine on this car, but it is quick, and if it has anything to do with the actual engine that they're putting into this thing, it is going to be absolutely insane. Now, one really big thing that I want to point out on this car is that they have taken everything from the exterior and the interior, and they've put it into the game. Before, with the BMW that they brought out for this game, it didn't have a complete, fully done car. The cockpit wasn't done. Now on this car, it is completely done, and you can kind of see how cramped that this cockpit is, because that's what they wanted to go with. They wanted to go with the racing style. The seats are very nice. They're more of, of a harder shell padding, but gives you that kind of, not futuristic style, but kind of that sports car, sporty feel. And they nailed everything. The steering wheel looks amazing. Just everything about this car, in-game as well as visually, in real life, absolutely beautiful. I don't think that I could have made a better car myself. And I'm very curious to see what they're going to put into this thing. I would like to know your comments on what you think is going underneath the hood of this car. I don't really know what GT6 put on this car. Unfortunately, there's no way of telling because it does not say any horsepower, no torque, nothing at all. But I will tell you though that this thing gets sideways whenever it wants to, and I tell you that with experience. I've drifted this car, I've driven this car, and it is a beast to control with no traction control on it. I tell you that from experience, guys. But I mean, overall though, I had a blast with this car. Make sure you guys come on back. We're gonna be doing a drifting video as well too for this, and I'm very hyped to show you that because this car is a beast. And I really wish that Forza 5 would bring this over for next DLC, because I would be ecstatic if they brought this over. But I mean, right here within the cockpit view, you know, you can see the entire thing, the heads-up display right on, you know, the window area. You have, you know, the gear shifters right on the top of the steering wheel. The cabin itself is very compact. It's very, you know, close together, so that they can give a little bit more room to that engine bay. And I mean, hats off to Gran Turismo and Polyphony Digital for bringing this out so quick and bringing the amount of detail that they've done. Really just shows what they're capable of, and I cannot wait for PS4 and GT7 or 6, depending on how they're going to go about it. But that may be a game changer for me and switching over, but we'll have to wait and see though. I'm not saying nothing yet, you'll have to wait and see. But I hope you guys did enjoy this drive, and as I said, leave me your comments on the car itself, as well as what you think they're going to be throwing in this engine. And make sure you guys come on back a little bit later, either today or tomorrow, for a drifting episode on this. But I mean, honestly though, I love this car. I cannot wait to get more hands on this thing. And that's about it for today, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. It's your boy, the SLAPTrain. I'm out. Peace.